Today we're going to show you how to change a pocket clip and explain the reasons why you might want to change your pocket clip to a different location from where it is now. So to start out, we're going to show you here this Delica 4 that I have, right, in this nice orange color. So you may be a seasoned vet that just has never changed a pocket clip before. You may be someone that has just bought a knife. Everyone's welcome here. We're here to inform. It's pretty simple, but there's a few key things that you should know. And if you're here watching this video, you may have already found some of these issues out. So as you can see here, this Delica has a pocket clip right here with 3 screws holding it in. Most knives are going to come in this orientation like this one is now, which is with the pocket clip set up so that it's on the right side. The reason for that is most people that use pocket knives, or most people in general, tend to be right-handed. So knife manufacturers choose to go with the masses, if you will, and place it on the right-hand side so that when you slip this down into your pocket, if you imagine my hand's your pocket, that the blade side is going to be in that back corner crevice of your pants pocket. The reason for that is if the blade tries to come open, it's going to hit on your pants pocket, so it's not going to come open your pocket. If it were the other direction and come open, well, now it'd be real easy to put your hand down in there and cut yourself. So that's why it's important to change the pocket clip to match the pocket that you put it in. So why right-handed pocket and why with the tip pointing up? Well, that way when it's in your pocket and you pull it out, it's in the right orientation for you to go ahead and open it. But not everyone wants to have it in their right pocket. For instance, I am right-handed, but for whatever reason, years ago, I decided that I would always carry my pocket knife in my left pocket. So if you're a watcher of this channel, you'll see that most of the pocket knives that I show are actually set up to be left-handed carry so that I can have it up against that crevice so that it's not going to accidentally open in my left pocket. So you'll also notice on here, though, there's 3 screw holes here as well, 3 here and 3 here. So we can simply take the clip and flip it to the other side to go from a right pocket carry to a left pocket carry. Or you can also flip it and do a tip down carry as well. So in this case, if you were to put the clip here on this side on the top, now when you put this in your pocket, it's up against that edge of the inside of your pocket. But the tip's also down, so gravity is now also helping you to make this not accidentally come open. And, same thing for the left side. So it maybe adds a little bit of extra security. The negative there is if you've got it oriented like this and you try to pull it out of your right pocket, now not only do you have to flip it over, but you also have to rotate it to get it in a usable orientation. So that's why I think most people are going to tend to want to be tip up with either right hand or left hand, depending on which pocket you use. So now that we've explained the reasons why, we'll go ahead and get to how to do it. So this is the most important thing in the video. And like I said, some of you may be here because you've already found this out the hard way. The screws on pocket knives are very delicate. They strip very easily because they're very small torque screws. So they're typically T6 for these smaller screws, and then the larger, like pivot screws, typically are more like a T8 size. And that can vary, but that's pretty standard. So I like to use this little Oknife screwdriver. I'll put a link down below if you want to go get it, or the Delica, or anything else that you see in this video today. But the thing that is super important about this is you have to use a screwdriver that has really, really good machined bits. You don't want to be using a screwdriver that has bits that you've used in a drill or in a screwdriver for a long time that have been beaten up and used. You want to use a bit that is nice and fresh and made by a very high quality manufacturer. I'll put a couple of options down in the description. Another option could be like this Linux, the kit that comes like this. You have all your different screw sizes in there, but you really, really, really want to have a good brand, not just something necessarily that you're going to pull off of the shelf at Home Depot or Lowe's, right? You want to have something that is high quality because otherwise you're going to strip these out. I've learned it the hard way. you'll learn it the hard way if you don't get a high quality tool that has very good machine bits. So I know I talked about that for a few minutes there, but it is the most important thing. So once you've decided you're ready to change it, it is simple. You get your T6 bit, you put it in there, and you start unscrewing. Now some of these tend to be a little longer, some are a little shorter. This really all depends on the knife manufacturer. And it can be easier or harder. Sometimes there's some spring tension on these clips, depending on how they're made. Sometimes, you know, you're going into plastic, sometimes you're going into aluminum or other materials. So anyway, a lot of times you can take the screws off and they'll even stay on the clip like that. You flip it over, you're going to align it, and you can screw them back in. Now, if you want to, you can also get some of this blue Loctite stick. So it's super easy. It's kind of like a glue stick. You just open it up, and you can actually just dab a little bit on the threads. Now, you only want to do about half of the threads. A little goes a long way on that, especially on these. You don't want to make it harder if you ever need to take these out to get them out, but you sometimes want enough just to hold them in. I think in this case, you know, we don't really need much since these are just on a simple pocket clip, and there's good screw holes here for us to go into to tighten it. So you want to tighten all three of these back up nice and snugly. Sorry for the camera bump there. Right. And once you get one of them all the way down, you do kind of want to go back around and just make sure all of them are snugged up. Again, they don't have to be too tight, just snug. You don't want to strip them out. Now, if you have gotten in a situation where you've stripped them out, you know, there's a few things you can do. All the major brands are going to carry their screws as a part that you can order, so you can go onto their websites and order them directly or contact their customer service, and they may just send you some of those screws for free if you need. The trickier part may be getting them out. You may have to drill them out or something like that to get them out. So be careful with that if you do that, but that's all it takes to change your pocket clip. So super easy. Like I said, all you really need is a screwdriver, and you know, in some cases you'll need some Loctite as well in order to get those to kind of stay in, especially if they're maybe a little bit shorter ones. But these were fairly long, so nothing to worry about there. And that's all it takes. And you know, you of course could also take this off and replace it with another type of clip. You know, this is not a deep carry clip. You can see there's a good at least 1/2 inch here that's going to stick out the top of your pocket. So you could go to somebody like Lynch Clips and buy a clip that's made specifically for your knife that can give you a deep carry as well. So that may be another reason why you want to switch out your pocket clip. So hopefully this was informative for you. If you have any questions, ask below in the comments. Really appreciate if you could like and subscribe to my channel, Carry Code. We do informational videos like this. We do reviews and rankings of pocket knives and everyday carry items. And we're also doing some looks on YouTube Shorts with deals of the day for where I find good deals on knives that are at really good value. So like, subscribe, comment below. Have a great day and good luck on switching your pocket clip.